Okay, my name is Linda West, and I'm getting ready to do my family genogram. Okay, the three people that I chose my Aunt Carolyn, myself, and my daughter. I chose my Aunt Carolyn, and the symbol I picked for my Aunt Carolyn is a rock. This is my Aunt Carolyn. She lives in Trenton, New Jersey. She came my aunt through marriage to my uncle. I gave Aunt Carolyn the symbol of a rock because the rock to me is the foundation of the generation that was before me. Aunt Carolyn's budget was very plain and simple. This is how she budget. The first thing she would pay would be her mortgage, and then the car note, and then the rest of her bills such as the light, the gas, the water, and the telephone. She also let me know that it snowed a lot in New Jersey where they lived at, and my uncle was a construction worker. And by him being a construction worker, when it snowed a lot, he couldn't work. So she would always put back a little money when he made a real big check to make sure that the mortgage would still get paid. She said she wanted to make sure they had a roof over their head if they didn't have nothing else. Also, there was time she said she had to buy her and her family clothes from the thrift store during the hard times, but they made it. My Aunt Carol was a very wise woman, and she knew how to budget and keep her house going. Next is myself. After I came along, this was the next generation. I gave myself the symbol of a diamond because I was the diamond that was hewed out of the rock of the generation before me. You have to have examples to be in place sometime to see where you're headed, and Aunt Carolyn was my example. Our forefathers paved the way for us. They want us to do better and accomplish our goal in life, and sometimes it takes budgeting your finances to do that. So I chose the diamond. The way I budget is I have a spiral book that I made, that I took the office Mac and I had them to make a little book out of it. And each month that rolls around, I would write down all of the bills that I have. And after I write them down and I begin to pay them, the first thing I would pay would be my tithes. The second thing I would pay would be my house payment. The third thing I would pay would be my gas, water, lights, telephone. But in this spiral that I have, each time I made payments on my bills, I will mark paid. I will mark the day I paid it. I will mark the account that I took the payment out of, because I have several bank accounts. So I would write down which account I took that payment out of. And then I would, after I get through with all my bills for that month, I look over the whole page. If I missed anything, I would know it because I wouldn't been a row paid. So that's how I would keep up with it. And that's how I would budget each month that I would go through. So I was the diamond. The third generation I chose was my daughter, Lakeisha. Now, in the third generation, and this is my daughter, I give her the symbol of the heart, because out of that diamond came love. And what is better to describe love than the heart? When parents love their children, they want to do the best thing for them. I wanted to teach my daughter how to budget and get ahead. I let her know that there will be some struggles in life, but then she began to explain to me how she budget. When I talked to my daughter about how she budgets, she told me that she sit down with her family and all the bills that was due in the house, they begin to pick which bills each one would pay. After she found out which bills each one would pay, then when she found out what she had to pay, she would put her bills in her phone. And each month that came up, on the date that the bill would due, it would remind her that that bill was becoming due, and that's how she budgets. She keeps up with it through her phone. You know, young people do the phone thing. So that's how I found out that she budget. And that's my family geogram.